Welcome, welcome. Today I'm going to talk about something very special, which is what you want to look for, the actual metrics that you want to look for within your client session to ensure that they have received some progress or have received the actual result and the healing that they've needed within your session. So I'm going to play this clip now. And this is part of one of our demos inside our trainings, hypnotic questioning trainings. And so this is the part where we test our clients. This is what happens at the end. This is part of the 3S hypnotic testing process. And this is a situational type testing, which is part one of the testing process to ensure that at the end your session actually worked so that you no longer have to stress out about whether or not your sessions worked. You will receive the certainty and proof that you did the great job of helping your clients. And most importantly, your clients will know that they too have changed. So, what I encourage you to actually do when you're watching this clip is just to notice the question that was asked and then the response afterwards, and then we will talk about it.
Okay, you're having just a normal day with your clients.
Mhm.
You're helping people.
Yeah.
You're a good girl.
Good girl.
And a day comes, maybe feeling a little bit of a daredevil vibe. What's happening next?
Let's, as you can see here, Vicky is
Um,
going back into a trance. She's pondering that question.
don't know, it just kind of feels calmer. There's not that need to do something that I'm not supposed to. Yeah, I don't think that
Mhm.
need.
Yeah.
All right, so let us talk about this clip. Let me figure out how to do this here. I don't know how to do it now. Anyway, so as you can see with that clip, we had asked Vicky here, who is the client, what she would do afterwards, and she's feeling like a daredevil. For context purposes, this was one of the things that came up, the need to be a daredevil and do something that you're not in her life, just a different symptom context. And so we tested this particular belief and identity shift that she revealed within the session to see if it's still there. Does she still feel that need um, to do something that she's not quote unquote supposed to. And this is really powerful because what this does, and based on her answer, as you can see, I don't feel that need to do anything bad anymore. That is a shift, that is a breakthrough, right? Before the session at the very beginning, there was this need, this behavioral habitual pattern of wanting to do something that she's not supposed to. But now, as she's answering the questions, she no longer feels that need. That is a shift, right? That is how you know that your client has changed. It can really be just as simple as this and asking one really important question. Now, it is not just the one question that we use to test, right? We ask several questions, one or two questions. Sometimes isn't enough to actually make us see it. Personally, I am a hard tester and I teach fairly intensive testing with my students so that the results actually solidify on their own. And so that within the session, this is the first session working on this. And so if this was your first session, you ensure that when your client leaves your session, that they are resilient, they are robust, they are able to problem solve. If you've noticed here, Vicky took, 30 seconds ish to think about that question, and her being able to go back into the trance, which she already was in, and problem solve and use her own internal resources, her unconscious resources right then and there when the magic has already happened. Can you not see how much more powerful that is? And then she was able to problem solve, she was able to see it, she was able to shift her thinking and feeling and behavior moving forward, or perceived behavior moving forward, which is as good as it gets to let us know that this is a true transformation in place. And so, as I mentioned, this is a situational type testing. In terms of hypnotic testing, what I would recommend you do is think of the niche that you're working with. What are the type of clients do you work with? What is the problem that you help them solve? And with that particular client, with that particular person in front of you, you are then going to assess what their needs are, what situations come up in terms of where their problem occurs. So, for example, you have a client with social anxiety, right? They have social anxiety and they fear being in a group of 10 people or more. And they say that, they have an event coming up, maybe it's a wedding or something, and they want to be able to like socialize with people. So then you would ask them how they're going to socialize in that setting during the wedding now for your session, your first session, not the end of your 30, 40, 90-day package, your very first session. This needs to be in every session and every call you have moving forward. Why? Because if it's not, then transformations get just blown up to chance. And there is a high likely and probability that your client's problem will come back if we don't test and put the jar lid back on. When we open our clients up to transformation, through hypnosis, through NLP, whatever method you're, or even coaching, whatever you're using, you're opening them up, right? And potentially dirt and shit could go in there, right? It can go in back into that jar, things that they don't want, like the negative associations, the unhelpful associations. So by testing, you're putting a firm lid in that jar that represents the new change that they are going to have, which then helps them to be more resilient moving forward. You got to put that lid back on, right? And most people don't do this because they are not taught. And if you're not taught this, again, your client's problem could come back again and again and again, and you'd have to do more work. The client would have to do more work as well, which is unnecessary had you just toasted your clients and taken a few minutes at the end of the session. They're there anyway, right? They're already there in front of you. So test, test, test. That is the first part. And the truth of the matter is, there are two other parts that really help you make this even more powerful and to help you to do this. And this process is going to be taught inside the hypnotic testing masterclass. And so if you would like to learn this and have access to this so that your client breakthroughs are very robust, your client will send you messages months and months later saying, oh my God, I cannot believe that this happened to me, all of these wonderful things, and that really lights you up, warms your heart, what makes you want to do it all over again. If you want more of that, then this testing masterclass is going to help you achieve that. So comment below hypnotic testing masterclass, and I will send you the details for that training. And so that is it for today. Let me know if this worked. What type of questions would you ask your specific niche? Comment them below. Let's talk about it and help others to transform more positively, one conversation at a time.